Okay, I'm gonna be moving in a little over a week. So I have to empty out my bookcase, pack up all my books. So I figured it would be fun to rate the books in my bookcase for you. Okay, first things first, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Haven't read it yet. It's not even my book, it's my friend's book that she lent to me. And I've been really busy with work lately, so haven't gotten to it yet. But we'll definitely get to it. It's one of those books that I see all the time in the bookstore, and it's really popular. I just have not gotten around to reading it yet, so we'll have to get there. Next, I'm actually excited. These two books right here, I haven't read them yet. They're on my, what is that list called? TBR? I don't know, but this is The Huntress. I'm really excited. And then this one is The Witches at the End of the World. I would say for genres, my favorite genres are definitely fiction, like fiction that's mystery thriller, and then I also really like fantasy. I got into this past year and a half. And then I also really like historical fiction as well. So you're going to be mainly seeing those three genres in this bookcase. All right, let's go down here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. One of my, if not my favorite author, Kristen Hanna, The Women. This was so good. When you read that it's about women in the Vietnam War, you kind of think but Kristen Hanna just has such a good way of enveloping you into the story and making you feel like you have empathy for the person, even if you've never been in any remote situation that they've been in, the character. So amazing. Which also, and I already packed up another box of books. And in there, one of my all time favorite books, also by Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale, is in that. That 10, actually, not even 10, 15 million out of 10. Literally, such a good book. Had me in tears, but it was just amazing. Okay. This one, First Lie Wins. This has been pretty popular this year. My brother got this for me for Christmas. It was pretty good, you know, your standard run of the mill, thriller mystery. Entertaining enough. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And then this one, also this year, I got as a gift, Here One Moment. The message is good. Ugh, this was just too much of a slow burn for me. It was too slow. And I find that unfortunately that's the case a lot of the time when you're reading a book that has multiple POVs from different characters, you're bouncing around too much, and it takes too long for the plot to continue. So I'd give that one a 5 out of 10. Sorry. All right. I love this duology so much. So much. This, immediately before I even explain it, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay, so it's the first book is One Dark Window, and then the second book is Two Twisted Crowns. So the second book is just a continuation of the first book. So good. It's fantasy, and it's the world building is just so interesting in this one, which is another reason why I love fantasy so much, is that world building aspect. And it's just more interesting because you kind of have to sometimes learn what this world is about. And it's fun for me, which I'm sure a lot of other people find it fun too. And that's why fantasy is such a popular genre. But yeah, the thing that was different about these books that I actually really enjoyed was the fact that the author, Rachel Gillig, I hope I'm saying that right. She incorporates poetry into her books also. Like the characters speak in poems sometimes, which you might find annoying. I loved it for this because it takes place in a world where to us would feel like way, way, way in the past, like when there were kingdoms. So good. So good. Loved these books. And the exciting thing about going through all of these books is sometimes when you're just reading so many books in one year, when you look back or you think back to them, it's like when you haven't seen a movie in a really long time. You don't remember like every scene in the movie. So it's making me excited to reread these books, especially since I am moving. Money is going to be money is going to become tighter. So, yeah, definitely going to have to save money. I already froze my Audible account because, I'll have to just live without it for now, just to be financially responsible. All right, this one, Frida McFadden, awesome. Like, are her books like otherworldly genius? No, but they're all like entertaining. Like, they're thriller, mystery, which I love. They're awesome. This is The Coworker. This one was pretty good. This one had a pretty good twist, honestly. As most of her books do. The Housemaid, that trilogy was great. Well, the third book wasn't my favorite, but the first book and even the second book was really good too. I think the first book that I ever read by Frida McFadden was The Teacher. And honestly, that still remains as one of my favorite books of hers, which that one kind of gets mixed reviews, but I love the plot. Like, as disgusting as the plot is, like, it was the most interesting one. This one was really good too. I like Frida McFadden. I would give The Coworker, I would give that like 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. A little ASMR. But yeah, I mean, also, if I forget to rate some of these, sorry. Oh. Oh, God. Oops. Okay. Well, let's just get this out of the way, shall we? Because we all know these are great books. I mean, come on. Yes, I know they're out of order. Shh. A Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR. Need I say more? 11,000 out of 10. I actually have, like, I bought those in, like, a collection. So there's a box, which you're sitting on top of right now. So that's why I'm not putting those in this box just yet, because I'm going to put them back in their collection box first. Well, as we're talking about fantasy series, we have to talk about this one that I'm about to take off the shelf. Let me just, because I'm going to need my arms for this. la, first $3. And come on. Yeah, I think it was just that. The Plated Prisoner series. Yep. I guess I would say that this is my favorite book series I've ever read. Yeah, you could probably say that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh my gosh, I had these in my window. Ooh, they're kind of like sunburnt. They're a little sunburnt, but I don't really care, honestly. I'm not like, that doesn't really bother me. It shows that they're well loved. Awesome fantasy series. Like, ACOTAR was my intro into the fantasy world. And when I was in my ACOTAR hangover, I just really needed something to like quench my hangover, because I was just like in this depressive episode of like, oh my God, I'm never gonna read anything that's gonna make me feel this way again. This did the trick. Also, the third book in the series, Gleam, my favorite book in the series. Not to say that the rest of the series isn't like equally as great, but the climax in this book is just unforgettable. 1,000,000 out of 10. 1,000,000 out of 10. Okay, I already need a third box for all my books, and I might need a fourth. I'm a little nervous, but we'll figure it out. Okay, oh, here's a little change in genre, I guess you could say. This is called White Cat, Black Dog. I picked it up because I wanted to change things up. I actually haven't read all of the stories in this yet. It's a compilation of short stories, and it's kind of like, it was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, so I'm like, okay, there must be something amazing about this. Some of the stories were cool. Others, like, I could do without. It's kind of a mix between like, it has very like pretty clear messages, but they also throw in kind of like fantasy in there as well. Like, there's talking animals and things like that. But yeah. Yeah, I like this quote. This is actually a good quote. It says, "The Brothers Grimm meet Black Mirror meets Alice in Wonderland in 7 remixed fairy tales. Link delivers wit and dreamlike intrigue." That's like the perfect way to describe these short stories. So I would definitely, like, if you're looking for something to break up between what you're reading, because sometimes I get nervous, like, if I read the same genre over and over and over, I'm gonna get like sick of it, because you start to kind of like, they all start to feel like the same book. So I like to try to break it up. Okay, another fantasy. Oh, this one's so good too. I know I keep saying this about like every fantasy book that I've picked up. I cannot wait for the second book to come out. It comes out right around my birthday in October. I love this book. Oh my God. The world building. There's a whole glossary in the front of like the types of people and words. And a lot of people might be like, I don't have time for that. I made the time for that. I loved that. It was like, this is going to be my version of Lord of the Rings. Like, this is going to be I will learn an entire new world. But honestly, it wasn't that bad, because it was still like similar enough to like the world that we live in, where like it really didn't take long to pick up on what certain words were and what they meant. So good. I also love it because I really like identify with the main character, the protagonist. Like her sense of humor and sarcasm in this book is so good, and I like it because sometimes when you read characters that are witty and sarcastic, a lot of the times they're corny. Like they lean like very corny, and I don't like that at all. I hate corniness. This, like, her sense of humor was not corny at all. It was just very witty. It was good. I love this book. A bajillion out of 10. Highly recommend. I don't know where to put that. Okay. In 5 years, I should donate this. I didn't even finish it, so that tells you all you need to know about that. Never Never, Colleen Hoover. I got this as a gift. Too young for me. I think I would have enjoyed this more if I was a teenager, but I am in my mid-20s now, and this just felt too young for me, especially because the two main characters of the book are teenagers. So, it was fine. Not my favorite, like 5 out of 10. But if you're a teenager, you'll probably really enjoy it. One of Us is Lying. Didn't finish it. So, again, that'll tell you what you need to know. Nope. More books. Oh my god, did I already go through all of the books? Am I missing something? Oh my gosh, okay, I think we actually... I do have this poetry book in here by Rupi Kaur. We all know of Milk and Honey. This is like another poetry book. It was fine. But yeah, I already packed up a box of books. So yeah, I also have the Twilight series that I didn't pack up. There is an author that is in the first box. I love Ellen Marie Wiseman, or Weissman, however you pronounce her last name. I love her books. Maybe I'll have to like pull those back out. Or maybe when I move in and I put them on the shelf, I can do another video rating those books. Her books are mainly like historical fiction. I love that author. I'm pretty sure I've read all of her books because there was a time where I was just like, I loved them so much. I was like, read, what's another of her books, and I just like went down the line until I read all of her books. So I'll have to go through those next. But I hope you enjoyed watching me rate all of these books. I love to read. But I think some of them I should probably donate or trade. See if I could find a little like mailbox or whatever. But yeah. And if you have any book recommendations for me based off of like the genres I like, or even different genres that you just really love, let me know what your recommendations are, because I'm always looking to read. But now also trying to be financially responsible, I'm wondering if instead of just buying books all the time, I should get a library card. Maybe I'll get a library card. Save some dough. I don't know. We'll see. I do like owning the books though. I guess maybe I'll fill up the shelf first and then I'll decide. That's a good idea.